Surgeon General's warning. This is an uncensored episode. Warning. This is an uncensored episode.
What's up, everybody? Wolf from Walmart. We're back. We're back, baby, again.
Not a bad fish right there, guys.
No.
Out here catching Folsom bass right now, dude. Woo, he's a little chunker. What up, dude? Hey, everybody. It's Dave Herky here. I'm the host of the Whole Angler podcast, and this is my buddy Andy. We're doing it a little bit different today just because I figured I'd put the warning ahead of time before you guys start listening to the episode. Because last time we recorded this, it was not going to pass censor. So so it's going to be a little bit different episode. We're just going to talk shop and just talk because I don't know if you guys know, this is Andy Dwyer. He is my buddy out here in Northern California. Andy, introduce yourself. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
You can't really find me anywhere unless you stumble across me.
He's hiding under a rock with his tinfoil hat. You can find him there every time.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good, dude. How are you?
Things at work are starting to come together like butt cheeks, so it's getting there. It's getting there. It's a long process.
But as long as they're together and there's a little bit of
right,
you'd be all right. Me and Andy were literally just discussing because we're both in our garages right now, and the rest of the nation, y'all are just built different. We're out here in California, so we can be as sissy as we want to be. A month ago, it was
triple digits.
Yeah, it was in the hundreds, and tonight we're at 50 something. Like we dropped 50 degrees in a month. So we're both cold and layered up.
Yes.
Andy, what are you wearing tonight? Andy, what are you wearing?
Yes. Right now I'm wearing fuzzy fleece lined sweats and a nice hooded sweatshirt, a little thicker than normal. And flip flops because it's California.
Yes. Gotta keep the floppies on. At least you're only wearing the thongs on your feet. So I am.
Oh no, dude, Birkenstocks all the way.
Oh my god. Oh yes, I forgot. Yes, Andy does like the stocks. Yeah,
call them by their other name, but we'll probably get canceled again.
Yeah, again. Yep. So So me and Andy were talking the other day. Or was it today? We were talking about going fishing next Sunday.
That was sometime within the past 48 hours, 72 hours.
Yeah, it gets blurry after a while. Andy, let's let people in a little bit more. What do you do for work, dude?
I am a union carpenter, and right now I am doing a historical revamp, bringing everything up to these great California codes on a state building. So time is money, and money is all over.
Real money at that.
Yes, it's a state. It's a state job. They just throw money at it. It's ridiculous. And for those of you that don't know or haven't figured it out in all of Dave's little videos, Dave used to be my work wife till he left me and the children in the cold and decided to go out on his own. And
yes. It wasn't even an amicable divorce, but it was quick. I was very quick about it. Yeah, I'm notoriously quick for things. So I definitely just one day was like, "Hey, dude, I got some offers, and I'm gonna take them, and I'm gonna get the heck out of here." The only person that was really hurt by it was Andy. I think everybody else was happy to see me go at this point. Well, besides my buddy or my other buddies. Buddies who.
I just have to force my shenanigans on else. Everyone else has to deal with me.
Dude, I love it. Oh man, I can't imagine the breaking in process trying to get to know you, dude. That'd be so good. I mean, I had a pretty you and me had a pretty amicable break-in process. Like we both
We
ended up at the
did.
same company within the same year. So it was both we were both semi-fresh. And at the time I was a union carpenter, me and Andy were working on a theater project. So it was like, 3-tier theater, but not a movie theater, like an actual acting like playhouse. And
It was an amphitheater, or
amphitheater.
no,
In
opera theater. Opera
Yeah, yeah,
theater.
yeah. And we were in charge of doing all the acoustic paneling. So it was really funny because this place is 3 tiers, which is basically about 7 stories high, and it was what 100 yards long, football field at least, from back to
Something
front.
like that. A
Take
little bit
and
more.
yeah, so we had just miles of paneling to put up, and it didn't matter how much paneling we put up or wasn't up. Anywhere on the job site, you could hear Andy just ripping jokes and pulling remarks. It was like he couldn't hide from anybody. He knew exactly where he was at all times. It was so good. But we got to know each other. It was really funny. I'm gonna introduce it like this a little bit. Well, not introduce, but continue to introduce. Andy, we immediately hit it off because we started talking about fishing. I mean, we talked about everything under the sun when you're at work and you're two guys. Talk about your wives, talk about your kids, talk about your family. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we ended up talking about fishing, and I was like, "Oh, I love bass fishing." And he's like, "I like bass fishing," and I was like, "Cool." He's all, "Have you ever tried it in a kayak?" I'm all, "Nope, I don't swim. I sink." I was really into like more big boat fishing and like off the bank, like anything where I was like sturdy. And Andy's like, "No, you got to come out. I got an extra kayak. You can come out. We'll go kayak fishing." And I just kept telling him no. I mean, how many years was that? What, 2 years at least?
2 years of me riding you. Just come on, come on, come on. Every time on the bank, you're like, "Oh, I wish I could just cast it 10 more feet. If I could
Yeah.
just get 10 more feet. If I could just get 10 more feet." I was like, "Well, if we were in the kayak, you'd only have to cast 8 feet."
It was true. It was true. We'd be fishing these spots, and I mean, I don't have a bad cast, but they were blowing up just outside of my casting distance all the time, and I just wanted to get to the water that I hadn't been able to get to yet. I just had a huge fear of water. I was deathly afraid of water. I still kind of am, it's definitely died down a bit. But a couple years of Andy riding me and from the back saying, "Come on, come on, come on."
He just passes them out, passes out those mustache rides all day.
Yeah, so finally I bit the bullet and I got a good deal on a kayak, and first person to ride was Andy.
And we sent it. I think we sent it like 48 hours later.
Yeah. It was quick. It was a quick turnaround. We were in the water real fast. Now
it was close to this time of year too, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude, it was exactly this time of year. It was like the perfect time. Let's go out right when it gets cold.
The wind's all howling, coming out of the hills, coming out of the foothills, just traveling through the valley at 70 plus miles an hour. We're out there trying to paddle around like two idiots.
It's so true. I was like, let's just stay to the sides and the banks, and he's out there paddling right in the middle. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta keep up. Like, Andy, what were you mobbing in the beginning? What were you mobbing?
I was mobbing the Pelican 12-footer.
Yes. That's Pelican for everybody else, but we just call it the Pelican because yes, that thing.
It's fancy. It's Italian.
Yes. So you had a Pelican 12-footer.
Yeah.
Cruise on that thing. You were mobbing. Not gonna lie, it was.
I was,
and you were just buzzing along.
That thing was a needle, dude. It was 28 inches wide and 12 feet long. It sat 3 inches outside of the water once I got into
it. So what mods did you have on that? It was pretty interesting. I was like, because I'm a very by the book person. If Andy can explain, I'm very by the book. If I see something, I know what it's for. That's what it's for. I don't go outside the box and like, oh, I could make this. But Andy was like full blown, like just full modded out. How did you do that?
That was before. Well, I wouldn't say before. It was let's see, I schmobbed that Pelican for 5 years, and I've had the Hobie for a year now. So 6 years ago, um, there wasn't much in general, and I was way too cheap to purchase a Hobie at that point in time, or even a Jackson or Old Town or anything. I was like, no, there's no way I'm spending $1,800 on a kayak, XR360.
He's got the Hobie in the background. I would never spend that kind of money.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, that's thanks to you. Actually, I was like, no, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out for $2,500 with an Outback.
Yeah, and he was all set on this Outback, and I was like, bro, bump it up, bump it up.
I mean, dude, I had 2x4s strapped into the thing to raise my chair with a stadium chair that would strap into it, and that would get me a little bit higher out of the water. When I first took it out, I was a little too high, and I would just flip over. So then I had to shorten it down. I mean, milk crate with the PVC pipes and bungee cords everywhere.
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 And you had some random belly cart that you would just, and dude, he did it like he towed
I
it.
found a belly cart. I mean, I could take it. It was light enough. I mean, coming in at 50 something pounds, dude, there was no obstacle in my way. I'd just pick it up and move it right over the top of it.
This was your definite throw over the shoulder and go, but he brought
yes.
fun, you know.
Yeah, that was because I was just lazy and I wanted to put everything in it from the car at once and just take it down to the water instead of walking back and forth up and down those ramps, because people might not know this anywhere else, but California loves to just drain its waters in its reservoirs for years.
Yes.
And years. And then just like, oh, hey, look, we got a good winter. Everything's back up to 96%. Let's bring it down to 40.
Yeah.
Just because there's a slight chance for a quarter-inch rain on the 33rd.
because LA needs more water.
So yeah, so for, I mean, 3 years ago, the boat ramps were so bad they were putting up big skiff, launches mile and a half down the river banks, and they had Comanche was one of those Comanche was one of those places where if you didn't have a kayak, you weren't getting on the water because no boat could get down there. Your trailer was going to get tore up by all that rock base down there.
All the brush piles that people used to leave.
You're like, oh, hey, look, there's the trailer from that guy who got stuck 2 seasons ago. Found that on my sonar. Mark it.
There's a fish in that kitchen. I'm gonna get that. No,
yeah, exactly.
I remember I went to a trip. I went down to Folsom Lake, which is like my local big lake, right?
Yeah,
the closest one to me. There's plenty of other ones, but that's the closest one to me. And I went there with my buddy Jason, and we're getting ready to, we're coming around Browns Ravine, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go to the boat ramp and this asphalt parking lot, big boat ramp. There's an asphalt parking lot, and then there's just this long wooden, like, I would love to call it like a ramp or a dock, but it was at this point just a long set of 2x4s that had been stacked across the ground for like another almost like quarter mile, dude, down to the water.
Just to try to get down to the water,
yeah, dude. And honestly, hey Andy, when that video in the intro when I'm catching fish, I literally was fishing right where that wood was. Like, I'm gonna fish that, see if it's still there, dude.
Like, I know there's 2x4s down there. There's wood. I got 600 feet of 2x4.
Yeah, dude, straight up. No, so yeah, dude, it was so low, and like now I go out there and the water's up almost to the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay,
dude,
okay.
It's wild. It's wild how much rain we got the past 2 years to see in these reservoirs. I mean, just full, completely full.
But come the end of spring, those things are gonna drop. Like they don't drop water out here 6-8 feet. They drop like reservoir water like 15.
We'll go from 97% full on a. I mean, what is Folsom? Folsom's God, how many acres is that?
Oh, dude, I don't even know, bro.
Yeah,
Google
quick,
it.
quick,
I got my
quick. Yeah, quick,
thing right
quick
here.
Google that. Yeah, quick
Yep.
Google that. But they'll take that reservoir from 98%, 97% down to 72 in an afternoon.
Yep. It says, it's 17. It's almost 18 square miles.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I'm looking for the actual acreage. How many acre feet? How's that sound? Okay. Oh, well, acre feet. It's 1,010,000 acre feet.
Yeah, and Comanche's triple that size.
Yeah. No, take that with a grain of salt because that's from Google, and everybody knows Google's opinionated. But yeah, so
That's
so they
very
dropped the
true.
water like crazy. So anywho, so you got into Comanche because you had a kayak, right? So you were good
Yeah,
to go.
and fishing rock walls and everything, and that's where I fished my kayak. So
Yeah.
you came along, and now we're on an adventure of how small of a puddle of water can we stick these things into before before we get in trouble.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely put the kayaks in places where kayaks shouldn't go. And the whole adventure of kayaks is like getting them into skinny water or this, that, or the other. No, we literally put kayaks in places where even kayak anglers
Yeah,
would be like, really?
where
Really?
the baristas at Pete's Coffee are coming and throwing away the trash, going, "There's fish back there."
Hey, don't blast the honey hole, bro. Don't blast the honey hole. Yeah.
Hey, ain't
That's the
nobody
biggie.
gonna know where that is. Ain't nobody gonna know where that is.
Hey, I will tell you though, Andy in the Pelican was ripping them, like no joke. Like he was on top of them, like he could handle fish in that Pelican, and it was crazy to me because I mean, I had my first kayak was a bonafide RVR or a bona fide. I gotta talk to them. Is it bonafide or bona fide? I have no idea. I'm gonna
It's
go with
boner fide.
oh, there you go. That's what it is.
There you go.
So, but I had an RVR, and it's got a wide, big deck, so I'm able to I like my big decks, so I'm like moving around on it, and I wasn't really ready to stand up. I did try to stand up with Andy. It was very sad. And the video,
Like
it
a
looks like I'm
newborn
standing
baby
up,
deer.
yeah, like Bambi. So I'm trying to pull a good old Bambi in this water, and it looks like I'm at a good location. No, that water was like 6 inches deep. Like I was not, I'm not afraid to admit how cowardice I am on water. But anyway, so we're going into these spots, and I got this RVR, and I'm trying to stand up and do my thing or try and figure it out, but I wasn't really comfortable standing. So I'm still sitting fishing, and I'm catching fish, and I'm feeling okay, I feel semi sturdy, and I'm looking over at Andy's kayak, which is a toothpick, and I'm like, dude, he is pulling these fish out. I'm looking over at him. I have I swear I have a video of it somewhere, him pulling out this 3-pounder, just yeah, it wasn't. I was like, how is he not tipped over? I would feel like that weight of that fish would just lift the whole boat.
And that's what made me start fishing the softer rods was that kayak. When you give me shit for my medium rod on a spinnerbait, and you're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It works for me. Go away. Go over there."
This poor guy, I ask him all the time. He's throwing out a half-ounce spinnerbait with a big Colorado blade on it on a medium rod. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, it works for me. Get out of here. I'm like, you're throwing braid. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, he'll pull a 3-pounder. And I'm just like, I don't even know how that works. Just the mechanics of that makes no sense to me. Dude, he rips them, dude. He was ripping them good. So I got my RVR, and I started decking it out with little doodads and gizmos because I'm that guy. And then Andy was like, I think I'm due for an upgrade.
So the wife wanted another baby, so I was due for an upgrade.
There you go. There you go. Explain how that works. Explain that science. I love this. Gentlemen, pay attention. This is mathematical logic right here. It is solid. If you are in a spot where you like your kayak, but there's something else you're looking at, Andy, explain the formula. How does this work?
It's real simple. Your brother gets pregnant, and then your wife gets baby fever, and your youngest is about to be 7, and she says, "I want to have another one." You go, "Okay, well, I'm gonna buy a new kayak," and ta-da!
Ta-da! Everybody got a new baby on the deal. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
That is negotiation at its finest. Oh, you want a baby? Cool. I'm getting a boat. All right.
Yeah. I probably should have tried to get a boat, but
No, dude.
Yeah.
No, dude. What do you got now? What are you sitting on right now?
I'm sitting
not
on
everybody's gonna watch this, so
no, nobody's gonna watch this. Let's be real.
Nobody watches it anyways, dude.
I watch it in the mornings when I'm waiting for work.
Oh,
I'm sitting in my car finishing my coffee. And then I sit there and I get, oh, stupid. Where's the thumbs down button? Dislike. No, I'm sitting on a Hobie PA12 XR360. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I am a bare bones kind of guy. I don't put much on anything. I will float around with 5 or 6 Plano boxes at my feet.
3500s, by the way.
Yeah, I just gotta kick them around when and just move them around, put them into the bag.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yes, but, I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just saying, like, bare bones stock, dude, that thing. And it's probably also coming off of that Pelican, going from a paddle to a pedal, and not only a pedal, but a pedal that gives me the capability to literally maneuver on a dime with just minor adjustments of turning the fins, left or right, or if I'm coming in too hot, because like when we're fishing.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Is that my internet or your internet? Hold on one second. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty. Andy had amphibians around his house messing with the internet.
Out there chewing on the data cables.
Copper. Yeah. So when you're neck scratcher. So when you're pulling into the shallows of the fins, you're explaining that. Go ahead.
I could just flip the fins around and give it 1 or 2 pumps and just come to a full complete stop, and then make minor adjustments of those fins and work my kayak at the angle that I want, parallel, perpendicular. You've seen it, just floating around at a solid 90 degree to the bank line at that 15, 12, whatever foot mark that we're fishing that day, and just be able to fish comfortably, casting over my right shoulder like I like to, just picking apart every piece of adjustment that I want. Yeah. I don't have to change it, cast left, cast right, trying to figure out how I'm going to cast around this area because I'm trying to skip it underneath. I could just fish how I want to, like if I was right off the bank.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And it is awesome to watch because you've earned your stripes, bro. Like you with that Pelican, like you have earned your stripes. So me and Andy go fishing, and it was his maiden voyage of what's your boat's name again? What's the kayak's name?
The USS Rub and Tug.
Yes. Let's get into that in a second. So and we're out there on the water, and I'm paddling because I have a paddle kayak. So I'm battling around, and I'm cool as cucumber. And Andy comes up on my left, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this is really cool. These pedals are awesome." And, and as he's passing in front of me, he's like keeps talking, and then he kind of slows down to the right of me, and then I realize that this guy is literally pedaling in circles around me while I'm paddling out to the spot. He pulls up next to me, and he goes, "Peasant," and then keeps paddling off. I'm like, "You dick." So the name of the kayak is the USS Rub and Tug. Would you like to explain that story a little bit?
Well, that goes a little bit deeper into the conversation because my wife and your wife seem to think we're always scheming. And
True. Well, we are.
we are. I'm not going to lie about that in any way, shape, or form. So when I told my wife I was going to buy a new kayak, me and you started talking heavily on just bona fides and Hobies, and I was set on wanting the Hobie system when it came down to the pedal system because I did not want the propeller shaft. I wanted the fins.
Yeah.
And then I was just going to go with the Outback because, like I said, I'm cheap. So I'm like, all right, I'll spend $2,500, and I won't feel guilty about spending that kind of money because I'm sure, like a lot of us, my wife does work and it covers a little bit of the bills, but I'm the main provider for the house, just like I'm sure everyone else who's listening to this. So when it comes to spending money on new fishing gear, sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow because you're like, well, I've been working, I've been doing all this overtime. Like, yeah, I could go drop $250 in tackle right now. I could go buy a new rod, but then you're like, man, I just spent $250 on myself. Like, we could have went out to pizza and a movie, and the kids could have had a blast at some arcade or something or whatever else they want to do.
Wife got new shoes, new clothes, or whatever. I'm
blessed at that. My wife's not big on that, but I mean, like, she might go drop $200 on like 3 sweaters because they look comfy. But but the shoe and the handbags, that's not her bag. Fucking KitchenAid shit though, that's a different story.
Amazon over here is Amazon.
Dude, so many boxes. Anyway, so I was gonna go with the Outback mainly because that Pelican. Well, the Pelican being a pencil, it allowed me to stick it in the spots that.
I bet it did.
Yeah, it did, right? Just like we tell the apprentices, never stick your finger where you wouldn't stick your weenie. You might not get it back.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, but like the real skinny water, the back sloughs and everything, in some of those systems that we get into, I would tuck the Pelican back there because it was small enough.
Yeah.
And that's what made me lean towards the Hobie because I still wanted that capability. Even though, I mean, we figured out it's about 11 inches of water before I start hitting the fins on the Outback as it is, or on the PA as it is.
Yeah. Yep.
But then I put it through, what's the shallowest? 5 inches of water, and I think I had to pull 5 or 4 inches of water. I think I had to pull my drive out because I couldn't kick the fins up flat without them dragging. Yeah. But I wanted to go with the Outback, and then it was like, what, a week and a half of you calling me every day, like, you sure? Come down to Kayak City. I'm passing out mustache rides. Are you sure? Why don't you come down to Kayak City? Look at the Outback. Are you sure? And then I get there, and he goes, hey, so I was talking to them, and they all got mustache rides, and this is the deal we're gonna do on the PA. And I'm like, I don't know, I don't want the PA. And you're like, sit in the PA. Just sit on it. Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's do this. I fucking climbed in it, and that was game, set, match.
Yep.
And I still put it in tight spaces and squeeze in and out, no problem.
You put that bitch everywhere, I swear.
I do.
And I've talked to a few people, and they say the PA actually sits really high in the water as comparison to some other kayaks. So, I mean,
it does, because we fished that tournament, and I had my drain plugs open. I didn't have any water in my boat.
8 hours later, I was like, hey, what are these plugs for?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, we were fishing the Jigs and Bigs bass tournament a month ago. Was it a month ago? And Andy, I keep seeing these, open ports in the back of his kayak because he's like passing by me or whatever. Because I'm always eating his dust at this point, or eating his bubbles, whatever you want to say, because he's just faster than me because I paddle. And I'm looking back, going, man, crazy. And like, I'm still pretty new, so there's all sorts of I just thought it was like some sort of venting or something. I'm like, dude, that's kind of cool. Like he's got something back there.
Exhaust ports.
Yeah, I'm like, it can't be like bilge plugs. Like he'd be sinking or something. Like it's got to be something else. Nope, it was his bilge ports right out the back of the kayak. Neither one of them was screwed in. They were open, and he fished 8 hours on the water and didn't get a drop inside. Now, mind you, Andy said he is very much a minimalist. So everything that cluttered the Pelican, barely fits on the floor of the PA. Like this carries nothing, fishes with nothing.
No, I fish with like 5 or 6 Plano boxes and what fits in my cup holder. Well, now that I got those mini pack bags, like I'm starting to squirrel more tackle, but let's just face it, that's just getting filled with what I want to throw that day.
Hey, those Yak Attack track packs are worth their weight in gold.
Yes, they are clutch. They are clutch.
You know what I'm gonna do right now, Andy?
You're gonna sponsor something.
No, yeah, I'm gonna make us both shut up for a second.
What up, dudes and dudettes? I'm sure you're tired of hearing my voice by now, but you're gonna hear it for a little bit longer because this is a shout out to the sponsor of this show, Kayak City. Kayak City has been taking care of me ever since I started getting into a boat and paddling around in the water trying to catch some fish. And when I tell you it is Kayak City, it is literally like a city of kayaks. They have Bonafide, Eddy Line, Feel Free, Hobie, Jackson, Native, New Canoe, Old Town, Wilderness Systems, and so many used kayaks. I stopped trying to count them a long time ago. If you guys are looking for accessories, they have walls and walls and walls of accessories. They have one wall dedicated specifically to Yak Attack, and it is a massive wall. Kayak City is your #1 Yak Attack dealer here in Northern California. If you want to know where it is, stop by at 7812 Auburn Boulevard, Citrus Heights, CA. Roll through, say what up to James, Troy, Eric, Scott. Tell them Dave says what's up and tell them I sent you there. Thanks for listening.
Oh, all right. That was it. That was that. Sorry. I just
that was that.
Right now. Yep. So that's where
Don't
we got the
about
kayak from, by the way. And that's where I got my new kayak, my PWR. I got that from there too. We're going to be doing a whole video on that coming out soon too. It's been taking me a long time to edit it all, cut it all out. Cause you know me, I got to pick everything apart. But anyways,
right.
So you got the boat, got minimalist stuff on it. What's your favorite on that thing right now? Like, what is your go-to favorite thing about your Hobie PA? Not versus your Pelican, because that could be everything.
No. Let's see, the favorite thing. I mean, that cup holder I got is probably my favorite thing, even though it doesn't fit my big ass 40 water bottle, but is what it is. That thing just floats around. Actually, it fits perfectly behind the bar for the boondocks inside the well. So there's a spot for it right there. But that chair, that Hobie chair, is money. Yeah. That thing is comfortable. And then you put the kayak cushions on it. Like, dude. Yep. You don't feel it. You don't feel it. But like I was talking earlier about the system, the 360 system inside the drive shaft. I personally haven't had any problems with it. I haven't had any problems with my boat, and I see all over social media people talking shit on it, and I don't know what they're doing wrong because I crawl from stern to bow all over that thing like a spider monkey and put it into toolies and stand on the end of it and punch over 6-foot toolies to find a puddle. And I've gone over logs with it.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I've witnessed all of this. I have been right there next to him this whole time. Like, Andy's been one of my closest friends, and when we go fishing together, like I feel safe, because I'm still afraid on the water, so I get to have a buddy there that's I know he's got my back no matter what. So we're always pretty tight together when we're fishing, and he's taking this Hobie PA in places that I wouldn't even take my RVR. Like he is gonna scoot it over this log and we're gonna squeeze under these bushes and just pull these branches back and all this kind of stuff. I looked over one day because we were flipping toolies and stuff, and I'm outside on the corners and like kind of flipping it in there, just pitching it between and just trying to find all the holes. And I look over to the left, and the back end of Andy's Hobie PA is completely out of the water, like rudder fully visible. And I'm looking around the weed, and he's standing on the very bow, the very front of his boat, like
fingers over or toes over the atrial like this.
Yes, the toes are on the front handle, like his toes are gripping the front handle like an eagle in a branch, like he's just fully extended. This man is like 6'1"? 6'3"?
6'3", yeah.
Yeah, you're 6'3", fully extended with a rod over these toolies, fishing this puddle. Sure enough, he pulls a 17-incher out of there. But I was just like, what the hell? But yeah, dude. Yes.
Once I got comfortable in it, dude, it was over. It didn't take long to get comfortable in that thing. That thing is it's a floating barge. The only time I flipped it is when I tried to pull Katie up out of the water. My daughter, I tried to pull my 6-year-old up out of the water, and I leaned all the way over the side and grabbed her by her life jacket, and we both went over.
Yes. And mind you, she was standing in the water at 6 years old, so it wasn't like super deep.
No, it wasn't. We were in like a foot of water.
Yes. Oh, so good. Oh. So you would say your favorite thing is either your cup holder or your seat?
Well, in the 360 drive, you can't beat that. Yeah, you can't beat that. Every time I take it out, I learn a little bit more and more about the boat. Just how to handle it. I still need to get it out and handle it a little bit better in current, but fuck, dude, I don't know if it was that day I took it up the river. I don't know if my tiny little getaway sticks couldn't keep up with the current of the river.
Speaking of his legs, his chicken legs, getaway sticks. So River Day, talk about that a little bit, because I mean we talked about it on the phone. Andy went out without me. I'm jealous, but it's okay because after you hear this, you'll realize why I'm not that jealous. Go ahead, explain that river trip.
I launched it up the Feather River. What was it, August time? Yeah, I think it was August time. Water was low. Current was fucking fast. I fought the current all the way up and then floated it back. No, this was September because I was trying to go out for stripers because they were saying the stripers were up the river.
Yeah.
And I fought the current. I think I did 3 miles up against it or something like that. I called you. I'm like, I need a motor. I need a fucking motor. I'm dying. I need an inhaler. I need a motor. I need the Coast Guard. Someone come tow me.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know anything about river systems. I mean, I fished the Delta a little bit, when I first got the Pelican, but the Delta's an animal that just I'm not even comfortable on in a big boat sometimes.
Yep.
I mean, God, I think I lost like 6 or 7 kids in my graduating class just on the Delta from boating accidents.
Also, it gets narrow and people are dumb, so.
Yeah, and the riffraff rock walls don't help at all either when you're on a tube and you hit it doing 40 miles an hour. So,
no. Yep.
So,
that's a dumb driver.
But I mean, I don't know how to read the current. I've tried watching YouTube videos. I've tried listening to podcasts, and I'm like, oh, that could be an eddy. No, that's not an eddy. That's just a stick that made it look like an eddy.
Is that laminar flow?
Yeah.
Jeff, we're going to be talking in a little bit here, and I need you to explain laminar flow a little bit more.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, it was a good learning experience. It was a struggle. I rode the struggle bus, the short struggle bus up the river, and I hated it on the way up, loved it on the way back down.
Yeah. But needed a motor nonetheless. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you if I get out a few more times. I mean, right now, dude, the river is so low.
Oh, I bet. Dude. This
It
so
is
fast too.
dude. I wouldn't know. I haven't gotten that close to the water. Just driving over it, going into town. But right now, there's all these exposed old bridge walls.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea we're there. I did not see them last winter, but the river was not that low last winter.
Are you marking them on your phone with that app that we have?
There's no need to mark it on the phone because I know exactly where it is.
Yes, I forgot you're a human map quest. I forgot. Yes.
No, it's not that.
Anyway.
It's not that. It's literally right in between two separate bridges, like directly in the middle. Good luck figuring out where the hell I am, and good luck figuring out where I'm talking about.
Bro, it's California. If you've seen it, 5 million other people have seen it.
Yeah, I know, right? But then you got to fight off but you do have to fight off the methamphibians to get over there. So
it's like a scene from Lord of the Rings before you even hit the water.
dude, it is right. I mean, you might want to have someone drop you off because your truck might not have all the windows when you come back, or tires, or just the engine block might even be gone.
You're definitely losing your Cadillac converter.
Yes, for sure. Definitely losing your Cadillac converter and probably your windshield wipers, nonetheless. But
Yes.
find shadow people.
Oh man, you're taking me back to high school.
I mean, dude, we fight the meth heads all the time, fishing in the creek.
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
We dead deers floating in the creek.
We visit this spot are literally like over knee deep in the water, and it starts to get like this weird consistency. Like it's weird. It's
It was
smelly.
oily.
Yeah, it's like super greasy, right? So we're on a blue Goliath hunt. And if you don't know what blue Goliath is, like hit me up. We'll talk about it later. But
that's a real big bluegill.
Yeah, that's the monster blue.
The real big bluegill.
So this creek doesn't put out fish by size by any means, but you can catch them. You can catch a lot, and there's
it's an ultralight.
Yeah, it's an ultralight spot, and when you go out there, like me and Andy go out there, it's great. You just take a buddy, you grab some ultralights, and you grab some tiny tackle, and you put it in your pocket, and you just start hiking, and it is so fun. So we're in this greasy, slimy water. It smells kind of funny. We're cruising. Sure enough, around the bend, there's a homeless encampment. They killed a deer and then left the body in the river. So we're just wading through deer excrement and whatever else is coming off that
toilet
animal.
paper, a little bit of turd.
Yeah.
Look at each other like you got any open cuts on your legs? I don't know. Let's get out of here.
Like, you know how those hippie people stack rocks? They're stacking their meth turd pellets. It's just
I send you all those rock videos of me kicking over that stuff all the time
I love it.
down at the river where I take the kids fishing. There's like little kids running around setting up those rock walls. I wait till they all leave and fee-fi-fo-fum and knock them over.
So good. I love that. You know, if you guys really want to make my day, anybody who's listening and you see a rock pile that somebody's stacking to like balance whatever, kick it over and send me a video of it. It'll make my day. It just really will. My day. We definitely went down a hole. So, all right. So initially when we opened this up, we're talking about a fishing trip and talking to you, like where are we thinking? What are we thinking? Because we're thinking this coming Sunday, right?
Yes, this coming Sunday.
What's your availability? Let's talk. And this, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are not parents or do not have significant others, this is how you have to plan everything.
Yes.
You have to call your buddy at night after everybody goes to bed and plan a future trip and have it all dialed in and then go ask, hey, do you think I could do this?
AKA, we're scheming.
We're scheming. This is our scheme right here. What's your time? What's your time slots? What's your availability?
I mean, as of right now, I'm coming home from Fresno Sunday. Or not sorry, Saturday evening or sometime.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, I gotta go to Fresno.
Are you gonna fish?
I'm gonna try to find another degenerate to upset their significant other and slip away.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. Because I know.
Go ahead.
What was that? I was like, I know my wife will yell at me if you shut up. I know my wife will yell at me if I pack a rod in there.
Yes, there's a little secret spot out there that me and Andy like to go to. That's not so secret, but it's secret to us because we're not from there. So it's awesome.
It is. It's our juice. It's our juice that every local in the area knows about.
They just go out there and they just slay it. And we're like, we caught 2. We're stoked. It feels so good. But
Yet again, another place where we had to go staring.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yes, that was another grimy place. That's where the best fish are out here.
Really
you got to go to the Delta. The Delta's got gators and bodies.
Yeah.
You got
gator. It's got elephant seals or whatever those things are.
Oh God, those big sea lions like that.
I heard they're dispersing. Okay. I heard they're less and less of them.
I've heard that too, but I think it's also people are kind of like tolerating their bullshit less and less because when you're sitting there on a floating crane mat working on a bridge pylon and you're wearing your cute little flotation device that the company provides you because you have to wear a life jacket while working on a bridge. Yes. That's rated for 350 pounds and your tool bags alone weigh 250 and you're a 200-pound individual.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. You do the math. Anyway, so when you're sitting there floating, good old safety stand. Think safe, be safe.
Yep.
They don't care as long as it looks good on insurance paper most of the time.
Yep.
Anyway, so when you're standing there and the crane mat starts blobbing up and down, and you're realizing that you are staring eye to eye with a bull male sea lion, you realize how big those cocksuckers are. They are fucking massive.
They're big, dude.
Holy shit! If that environmentalist, he tried to hit me with a stupid environmental like safety harassing wildlife because I'm sitting there staring at a bull male sea lion. All I've got is my hammer in my hand and a freaking impact. I'm like, okay, get out of here, go shoot, get scat. Get.
Oh,
you killed my father. Now you must die.
Yeah. So what do you think those are? Like 500 pounds at least?
I don't know. Big, huge, massive, big.
Massive. They're huge.
Huge. And they don't care. They know they're big. And they will terrorize a boat. I've watched it. We've all seen it living out here. They will terrorize a boat.
Oh, dude. They follow you around and you could be fishing a mat and then that mat starts moving. And the next thing you know, no fish in that mat, but they're coming up munching a 8-pounder right in front of you, dude. Just eating the belly out and then spitting the rest of the fish. And you're like, what? Like, oh.
Yeah. So anyway, and then
I digress. We fished some crazy, stupid spots. What are you thinking? Because you said you're going to be.
Why don't we stay close to home? I'll come out to you.
Well, do we have to stay close to home? Because I had a bright idea that maybe we could go down to that one current body of water that we went to last time. I just don't want to get another ticket or lose another rod because that happened.
Oh, you want to go all the way out there?
I'm debating here. I just don't want to get another ticket.
Dude. I don't know because so we have that cold snap coming in Sundays, like a 15-degree swing, 20-degree swing.
Yeah, but it's also going to be like one of the first sunny days in a while, right? Tomorrow's sun, and then we don't have sun again for a long time.
I don't think so.
Sunday. At least till Sunday. Well, we can always stay here. Like we can go up to Natoma. Dude, I know I was looking today, and there's a good put-in spot in Natoma. We could go in, and it's
No. Now I kind of want to go down to the McCollum.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know how that current's going to be right now.
true,
Because
especially
we just got rain,
yeah, true,
and it was quite a bit.
yeah.
So
it'll be up, so we'll be cruising. But I mean,
it'll be up, but that's a long cruise spot to get back to where we want to go to.
yeah, true. And Snuggy Buddy will be in full effect at that point.
Snuggie Buddy will be in full effect. Yes, the Snuggie Buddy. It's time to get structural, buddy. Strap in.
Yeah.
Um,
So we have a canvas strap that has a handle on it that I just clip onto Andy's kayak because he has a pedal drive and I don't, and he just pedals his little heart out. I just get towed. It's great. So if we were waiting for me, it would take all day. I got little spaghetti arms, man. I can't paddle for nothing. So
well, and if we take too long, we'll sit on one rock pile for way too long, and next thing you know, it's time to go home, and we've only traveled half a mile up our body of water that we wanted to fish.
True. Well, I was thinking we could do I know a good put in for Natoma, and we can kind of just there's some current right outside of it, so we can go out into the current and mess around for a little bit because Natoma has current. It's mellow because it's so deep, but it has current. And then if that doesn't work out, what else are you thinking? Like, let's have we need backup plans, bro. We need backup plans because you know me.
Ooh. If you feel like making the trek, we could do Comanche because I will be already in Valley Springs, and that means I gotta load the kayak up with the wife.
You're gonna take the kayak to Fresno to drive it to Valley Springs?
No, I'll drop it off in Valley Springs. We're going up to Valley Springs on Friday night, and then we're taking off with Fresno in the morning on Saturday because we're driving over
there. Got it.
You know how that is. People getting old.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk offline if we want to do Comanche. Like I'm gonna have to figure out some tricky stuff.
Well, it's also I don't know if I want to pay Comanche prices because they up their parking fee because they're trying to. Well, yes, that's
off. Yeah.
Well, no, they kicked the jets.
Right?
Yeah, they kicked the jet boaters, but because since they just announced that it's going to be a dry lake, which I think is personally amazing.
Yeah.
They've upped the prices for launch and upped the prices for parking because they've lost so much revenue already. People are already boycotting.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the East Bay Mud Reservoir, dude. Like, they're not losing any money. They'll sell it all to LA.
Yeah, they will. In a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we could do that. And hey, dude, and if nothing less, if we stick around here though, and if nothing less, we get out there and we're just not having it. We're just not finding them, and we don't want to spend like the entire day locating a moving squad of fish. Like, we could always hit a couple of those spots. We could bank beat. We could do whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can't fish the creek. It's closed now. The creek's closed, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's only if we get caught.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we're not snagging salmon, so we'll be,
It's we'll figure it out. Oh yeah. So also, I met a lovely gentleman a while ago, or
I do want to go there.
Yeah,
I do want to go there.
Yeah, he manicures a private pond, which there's no real skill, I will say, in fishing a private pond. The elitist mentality of myself will say that there's no skill in fishing this private pond, but my willingness to go because I want to catch a bunch of big fish and have a good time and throw whatever I want.
The angler needs like, let's go.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, that kind of outweighs your elitist mentality. You want to go catch some fish with your buddies and have some good times, you're gonna go to that spot.
We can do that.
So
we can do that.
And if those don't work, we can figure it out from there.
The weather looks like it's gonna hold. Like you said, it's gonna be a sunny day. The wind doesn't look heavy. So that's a week out.
Yeah. Can you imagine catching like frogfish mid-November, just 50 degrees outside, just ripping them? No.
It wouldn't surprise me down there on the McCollum if we could do that.
But I bet we could, dude. To be honest, like we could
back
go
there
back
in
down.
the back there in the bog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's like you said, that's a strike. Like we're gonna spend most of the day getting there, just to
it is.
fish.
It's. I mean,
Yeah.
it was 7.5 miles to get to that spot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This is also everyone the stress that people go. Well, not stress, but the numbers you have to crunch when you don't have a motor. Like you have to figure it out. Like, okay, it's going to take us X amount of time to paddle this distance. How much of that day is going to be taken away? Because I would love to say, yeah, we'll just fish the whole way down there. That's
No, because it's a
no,
dead
that's not
spot
how it
all the way
works.
up.
Yeah. There's a bunch of dead zones out there. Like you're just paddling for no reason. Sure, you can cast it, everything. By all means, give it a shot. Like I'm not afraid. I was throwing casts the whole time too, but you're just
I
taking
mean, there
longer
were
to get
fish
to where
out
you need to
there.
go.
We saw them. You could see
Yeah.
them. You knew where to
Yeah.
throw, but what, you gonna waste 45 minutes on a 1-pounder in that cauldron that you see?
Yeah,
Maybe,
right.
probably. Yeah, we will. Let's be
We
real.
will. Dude, we fished the same rock in the wind for like 45 minutes, dude. Oh yeah.
Just float across in the wind, waiting for them to take you over, drag your drop shot right across the top of it. You came across, drag your drop shot right across a different way.
Yep. We just use the wind. We just go in front of this rock and let the wind blow us across this rock that was at like 13 or 14 feet, and we were like hitting it on the sonar. And this was like the first time like I've used my sonar like to see stuff and go fish in that direction because I know that there's fish out there. But this is the first time I actually was like, okay, depth, distance, this, like which way do I throw, how far out should I cast, etc. Because I was hitting it with the side scan and the down scan and like kind of using those against each other. And so was Andy, but this was your first time with the sonar, right? Because you had just got the new unit.
No, it was the second time out with the sonar, but first time like really, because when we first took it out, we took it out in McCollum. I had no idea what I was looking at out there in that old river and all those old road bases and all the old houses that were back there on in the channels.
Yeah,
I had no idea what I was looking at. I'm like, you're like, yo, that's grass. I'm like, it's green.
Yeah.
Yeah. do you see that stick? Maybe. I don't know.
It's green.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that was great.
But that screen over there is yellow and red, but that screen down here is green and black. So I can't tell you what I'm looking at.
But it was good because we went to that second body of water the second time, and that's a body of water that you're extremely familiar with. So to actually see it in a totally different light, we were like dragging across that rock, and we just kept dragging. It was
like I knew the rock was there. Right, I knew if I would have floated around there, eventually I would have found that rock. I know where the old road goes through that whole lake, and all the pillar or all the markers going down that lake. We know.
Yep.
And but see, well, yeah, and then seeing it on sonar, I was like, oh shit, that is a lot bigger than I thought. Oh hey, look at the old house foundation right there.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts because so Andy, I went fishing with Andy at this spot, and I had sonar and Andy did not, and so we were fishing and I was like, oh dude, look at this. It's like there's a huge dip right here. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a road bed. And it goes this direction. And he points and he's all, it goes out this way and turns this way. I'm like, no way. And so as we're paddling around, like I'm just kind of looking at it on the sonar and hanging out. And I'm like, dude, he's right. Like Andy knew where everything was under the water without ever having a sonar unit in his life. So when we went back out there this time with his sonar unit, he had to actually see everything, like see everything, and it was really cool. We had a good time.
I think that's also what kind of did me in on that tournament because I was just kind of staring at my screen the whole time, going, "Ooh, look at that! I did not know that was there. Mark that. Mark that. Mark that. Mark that. Mark that. Mark that."
Yeah, dude. I mean, I mark, but like I've learned, you'll learn it too, dude. It'll take a few times out because I get glued to the screen like a kid with a cell phone.
Yeah,
I am just like, oh my gosh, because it's all new.
Well, it's a new toy.
And I'm also trying to figure out what I'm looking at and like how it all arranges in the water as comparison to what it looks like on the screen, because it's a little different here and there. I didn't know that I had a lag for a long time until I was passing by a bush that was sticking out of the water.
And then 10 seconds later, the bush comes across my screen, and I was like, "Wait, what? There's another bush?" And I'm looking, and I go over, and the water's clear enough. I'm like, "No!" Like I found out I had lag. You know what I'm saying? But before that, I didn't. But like, you kind of learn how to use look at what you're seeing, and then you kind of learn how to tone it out. Like I've learned how to tune it out and look more at my like directional, because I want to mark stuff. So when I see stuff, I mark it, and that's about as much as I look at the screen, unless I'm heavily focused on, like we were fishing that rock that one time. Like, I try not to play on the screen too much, because then I lose focus of what I'm doing, because I'm so
it's just a new toy right now. A couple more times, and it's just gonna be like everything else. Where I'm like, oh shit, it's in my way. Get out of here. What are you doing?
You will too. If you guys got it, if you guys got the fanciest new stuff on the market and you send it to Andy, chances are that thing will be dusty as hell sitting in his garage for the next year before he decides to even look at it. My man is about as simple as it comes. Like there's been times when we go fishing that he'll bring maximum 5 rods, and he will fish one the whole time. Won't even try anything else. He'll try everything that he could on that rod, and that's it. It's like, all right. But he catches fish.
And then if it doesn't work, then I just go straight to the ultralight rod and beat up the bluegill.
Yes. I'm over here. What are you doing, man? Catching them. What are you catching them on? Oh, I just got this little it's bluegill. Oh, okay. It's so fun though. Like I think you're like we balance each other out so well, because I am such a like chuck and wind guy, and like flip, frog, nothing works, chuck and wind. That's it. Like that's where my brain goes. And you're like that ultralight finesse guy. Like you really like to pick stuff apart slowly with light line, ultralight rod. You hand make your own jigs, right?
I do. I'm actually playing with one right now. Little ADHD kicking in. Yes, a little bunny jig.
Little fuzzy bunny.
Jig, little fuzzy bunny, baby. Little 8th ounce. Here, hang on, let me get a little closer. Let's see, where's the camera on this thing? So it's a little 8th ounce ball head jig. Yeah. And chartreuse, rabbit fur, little shimmer to it, little croc flippers. Yeah. And this is what I caught that massive slab of a bluegill hybrid on.
Oh, dude, right.
Dude, a little 11 3/4 inch freaking dinner pig crappie bluegill freaking hybrid. That thing was a tank.
Dude, it was 12 inches. Like that thing was massive. It was
huge.
It wasn't like, it almost looked like a circle. I'm gonna find the photo. Send me the photo. I'm gonna try and post it on the Whole Angler page before your episode comes out, so I can be like, guess who?
Guess who? Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, dude, it was we've talked to a few people. It was actually like, I guess they do crossbreed somehow. Crappie and bluegill will crossbreed apparently.
Hey, bro, when the mood kicks in, it doesn't matter which egg you're fertilizing.
Beauty's just lights it away. No, so yeah, this fish was good looking fish for sure, but it was massive. And so Andy's over there with the ultralight just dropping down on him and just beating him up. And the next thing you know, I just hear him screaming. I'm paddling over like, what the hell's going on? And he pulls the thing out of the water. Oh, look at this thing. I was like, I've never seen something like that. It was massive. So it was really cool. It was really interesting, actually, like to figure out how that whole
fish made the day. That whole trip, we murdered him that trip. We absolutely killed him.
Yes, we did. That was that day. That day still stands alone as the best day we've ever had on that body of water. And I've fished out there by myself. And then we went out there and did like the Hobie stuff. And still that day,
here it is.
That was the first day out there, and I'm feeling like that's a spring summer body of water. Like if we had more,
I feel it is too. I feel like it's too hot in the summer, dude. That water is sitting at like 82 degrees in the sun.
Bro,
that sucker is hot.
Right? Yes, it is. But dude, right where they are. Like it wasn't even hard. Like both of us, like it wasn't even hard. But I was like, dude, they have to be here. They have to be here. We just kept throwing the wrong thing until the end of the day, and then it was a wrap. We ended that day. We ended that day with inches, like just crushing.
Inches. I think you had like 86 inches, and I had like 78 inches, and that was just off 5 fish. That was just our top 5 fish.
Yeah,
It
those are
wasn't
top.
even.
That was our top 5 fish, and we only caught fish for the last hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, on a 13-hour day.
Yeah. It was a long day.
No, the methamphibians are kicking in on my internet again.
Oh gosh, here we go. They're just gnawing away at the
Out there
copper.
chewing on.
Yeah, we're out there. We're throwing at the same stuff, like literally within inches of each other. And I pull out a 16, and he pulls out an 18, like in the same spot. Like they're just. We knew.
And
where
then
they
you
were.
throw it, you'd pluck it right off and throw it right back and pull out 2 14s and a 15.
Yep,
We were on him that day.
It wasn't even a bite window. It was just a matter of figuring out the right thing at the right spot. And we threw all the wrong stuff at the right spots for most of the day.
Yep.
So,
Just didn't get back there deep enough.
No. But so anyway, so Sunday we're gonna fish. You get home Saturday night. Are you getting home back to your hometown, like where you're living now, or are you getting back? You said Valley Springs.
Well, most likely Valley Springs. That's why I was kind of thinking maybe Comanche, or we can hit. I mean, even then we could still go down to McCollum if you do want to try to battle that current. I don't know if it's going to be that bad. Talk to James. James would know.
Yeah.
He knows that body of water right now. That might be a good shot, because even then we can go down there to I want to say it's so bad.
He's out duck hunting with the new canoe guys. They're all out here. They got some duck hunting thing going on. These new canoes, dude. It's gonna be nuts, dude. It's gonna be sick.
I didn't even think about that. The duck hunters out there.
Yeah. I'm thinking we'll start with Natoma or whatever like that, because that way you can at least get home and you don't gotta take all the way to Valley Springs.
And I just got notified Tackle Talks online.
Yep. It's Monday night, everyone. Just so you know.
Monday night, everyone.
Yeah. See, all you guys have to wait for Tackle Talk in the morning, and I get to listen to Tackle Talk at 9 p.m. on Monday night. You know what came out this afternoon? Jigs and Bigs. That shows up Tuesday too.
Yep, that shows up on Tuesdays.
We here in California get them on Mondays.
Just like we get everything at the end of the month.
Yes, both Andy and I subscribe to the Dark Horse Tackle Box, and we both get our boxes when everybody else is like, yay, and they're posting their box photos or whatever on the 12th.
Oh, it's September 2nd. I already got my Dark Horse Tackle Box. I'm over here like, I'll get mine on the 23rd.
Yep. This shows up in October. Yep.
I'll fish my September box in October.
I've done the math. We're the second to the last on the list. You understand that, right? When it comes to all those boxes, like it's us and then Canada. We're just above Canada, but by like a day.
Shay, Josh, I'm disappointed. We are the only 2 California representatives, and I am disappointed.
I don't know if we're only 2 anymore. I hope not.
Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, get off of that.
We kind of.
we could. I mean, I don't care. I mean, we're probably gonna have to go out later in the afternoon because it's gonna be crisp that morning.
Dude, you can throw a spook in the cold water.
That's true. I don't care. I got thick socks. And that's one thing me and Dave will do religiously is just pick the worst day out of the month and just fish it like it's our only day of the year to fish.
But it is every time, because it's the last time. Every time. Yeah, we don't even. It's not even like a thing. Even when the weather's going to be sick, it's going to be so good. Blah blah. We're talking about this trip right now. Come this Sunday, where we are going to go fishing, it will probably be raining and storming and crap, and we're going to go out anyways because it's
35 mile an hour gusts on top of 20 plus mile an hour winds, and we're still going to do it.
Yep, and you know me, I'm going to stay shallow and use my paddle as a push pole because I ain't getting out there in that wind again. I learned the first time. I'm like, hey, So, but I do know there's a little different spot that we can put in at that might behoove us to try because it starts in a protected cove and works its way out. So, yeah, it should be.
I mean, if all else fails, we'll just do what we always do and sit there and say, we'll get him next time.
We do always say that. Next time we're going to do this.
Next time we're going to slay him. We're going to throw so much different stuff. And then we're going to get out there and be like, what are you throwing? A chatterbait? What are you throwing? A spinner? Okay.
Yeah.
How long are we going to throw these? Probably till they decide to eat it.
Yeah. Until they eat it. I'm going to throw it till it eats it.
I'll find that one fish. That one fish is just sitting there trying to get some extra air, and I'm just gonna throw it right in its mouth.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you where we're gonna go, dude. I have never caught him on a chatterbait.
Really?
Yep. Never. And I've thrown it. Lord knows I've thrown it there.
Yeah. Lord knows you've thrown it.
Dude, me and Eli were throwing it. Eli was burning it, dude. He was
really.
He got bit like 4 times, and he just couldn't. He's young, so he doesn't understand the bite to set the hook ratio on a chatterbait yet. So, like, he was trying, but they just kept coming off because little hands and
little hands. He couldn't push that hook through its mouth, huh?
Well, it was also his first time fishing from the kayak. So every time that Eli, he sets the hook almost over his head, dude. So like the little man is a monster, I swear, dude. He has a hook set. If he could just learn how to control it, it's impressive. But the reel almost goes over his head, And so when he does that and he's in the kayak, he like falls back into his seat because he just pulls himself forward, and then there's really no good penetration, and he doesn't have the follow-up with the reel speed to like keep him hooked. So He almost caught a couple on it. He definitely I didn't get one sniff, bro. Not one sniff. I caught him on a spinnerbait though. On that Battle Baits minigun. Yeah.
What part are you talking about? You're talking back up there on the north end?
Nope. I'll take you. I haven't taken you there yet.
Okay.
Yep. It's cool. It's a cool little spot. I'll show you. It's fun.
I'm trying to go back up in that log jam by the prison and see how long before we get caught.
Bro, so the current is reaping through there right now.
Oh, I'm sure. Dude, we're not getting in there till the springtime, or even not even then. Probably the summertime.
Summer, yeah. I want to. I want to so bad, but I don't have a motor to keep me there, and I don't really feel like paddling against the current all the way up there just to get blown out.
Yeah.
Fast,
No.
So. But yeah, it'll be fun. We don't even have to go out there. Yeah.
We'll get there. I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to find something. There's bound to be something we'll get into.
Oh, there is.
If not, we'll just chase the geese around.
Hey, no, where we're going, there's a ton of swans, so just watch out. And I don't know if anybody ever has to deal with a swan versus a goose, but you think a Canada goose is bad? Try a Delta swan.
They are huge.
Yeah, they'll take on bass boats by themselves. The bass boat.
Yeah.
They're no joke.
My wife growing up, I hope she doesn't listen to this because she'll kill me for saying this.
Dude, I'm glad they didn't listen to the last episode.
Oh my God. You couldn't even put it out.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so growing up, her parents had a property out in Gilroy, her grandparents. Yeah. And they had a little pond, no fish or anything. It was a little duck pond, but they had a mating pair of swans. And my wife has like straight childhood trauma of the big male swan, like grabbing her and fucking flogging her with the wings because it got too close to the nest. She got too close to the nest when they had babies.
Oh,
dude. She was like 7.
That's a monster, dude. Those things are huge. Power over you at 7 years old. Oh my God.
Just a big old freaking 70-pound bird grabbing a 7-year-old.
A 50-pound child just beating him to death. Oh.
No challenge.
How'd you lose Ashley? It's been a year. How'd you lose Ashley? Well, the nasty swan accident.
Nasty swan accident. We were sitting there struggling for our life. I was struggling for air because I was laughing so hard.
Choked to death of my own laughter. But yeah, so I guess we'll say that as the tentative plan, and we'll see where the weather goes because there's plenty of directions to go. So we'll say,
yeah. I mean, even if anything, we can go beat a bank somewhere and go pond hop to a couple ponds.
Yep. So we'll stay in Natoma tentatively with the boats or with the kayaks. We'll figure it out.
See where the day takes us. See where the weekend takes us. If not, then we'll shoot for next Sunday.
Did you hear that, Lynn? We're gonna go to Natoma, dude. Where you at? GI Joe Outdoors. If you're listening, you know, Sunday. See you there.
Hey, more the merrier. We are. Yeah. Sometimes we're a little too much, but
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes no, all the time. I've literally had this man right here tell me, you need to be quiet for the first 3 months you are on this project.
Yes, I did. So in the union, you try and work with the same company as long as you can, but sometimes they either run out of work or they send you so far out of town that it's just not worth going anymore because it costs you more money to go to work than it does to actually go to work. So we've traveled and we've gone to different companies over the years. We've gone from one company to another company. And I remember specifically telling Andy when he was getting hired on at this last company that we were together at, I was like, hey man, just to let you know, because they're very like, once you get to know them, they're cool. But until you get to know them, they're kind of dicks for sure.
Yep.
And they're very much stickler. Like they're just looking for a reason to get rid of you and hire somebody else. So I told Andy, I was like, hey, for the first 3 months here, dude, don't say anything. Just don't open your mouth. If you feel like you have an idea, come find me. I'm totally down to hear it.
And they're all sitting there. They're like, "Oh, this Andy guy, he's quiet. He keeps to himself." And Dave's over there trying to keep his straight face.
Yep. I'm like, oh yeah, he's a hard worker. And I'll see you guys later. It's quiet. Strong silent type. Bye.
I'm over there just trying not to verbally to just assault somebody.
I know.
Just verbally assault the stupid apprentice that put the kick plate on the wrong side of the door.
Oh, dude, don't even start, dude. That person, we can't say anything because it's California. That individual, you can't say person, who knows what they identify as, but that individual was different.
I don't know why. I was the worst person to put him with.
Oh, dude, I know. I heard that they were putting that person with you, and I was like, oh.
That's what I did. I went to our boss, and I was like, dude, are you trying to fire me today? Because like I can't. I literally can't.
Yes, dude.
I'm fighting every fiber of my being just out of pure curiosity to ask a question that's going to upset him.
Okay, I just imagine Andy having a heart attack trying to stay quiet at this point. Oh, well, it didn't last long anyway. There's a hammer, so.
That is very true.
Yeah. So you have 2 kids.
Yes.
Right? Son, daughter.
Wife. Son, daughter, 6 and 7. Wife, 2 dogs, kitty cat, a couple horses.
Yeah. When
critters. February. Yeah. No. April. I should know.
There's a month between there, There's March.
Yes, there is. It's April.
Okay.
I gotta stay off my wife in August, which is my birthday month, because apparently I like to have children within a week of each other.
No, you got to figure out a different birthday routine, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So yes, this one is due. If all goes according to plan, it'll be due a week after Katie's birthday.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yes. I will.
Are we doing the Bender reveal or gender reveal? Did I say
it's a Bender reveal?
Yeah. Anyways, are you doing the gender reveal?
I'll send you a picture of the gender bender in the porta potty tomorrow.
God, no, dude, no.
Good old porta potty art.
Yes, dude. Oh, I love it.
No, it's we already know it's another girl. I have another girl coming, so I will now have 3 women in my life telling me how I'm doing everything wrong.
Congratulations. Do you feel like you're gonna start doing more stuff solo, or are you gonna you're gonna man up and wear fingernail polish and have tea parties?
I already have tea parties with Katie, dude.
Oh, dude.
I can't help it. I have a little girl. She wants to do that stuff. Like I still hunt lizards and snakes and frogs with Owen, and
Yep.
then he's done. He's ready to come inside. So I'm inside, and then I get to sit there and color unicorns. And my daughter does paint my nails, but she only paints my toes. I don't let her paint my fingernails.
Daddy's gotta work.
Daddy's got to work, yes. And we all know Daddy does not like to wear gloves at work.
Yeah. Captain safety over here.
Yes. Oh, walking OSHA violation most of the time.
Walking, talking OSHA violation. Yeah.
I am.
I will say though, dude, that's kudos to you. You are a good dad. You are a great dad, dude. Like I know your family, and you're a stand-up dad. Like I talk shit like tea parties and whatever, because my daughter's still a baby. So
you're gonna be doing it too.
But yeah, dude, no, you're a stand-up dad, dude. Your kids adore you, and that's
it takes a lot of patience. That's why that's where a lot of my personality comes from. I reserve my patience for my children and my tolerance for my children. So when I get out into the real world, I have 0 patience and tolerance for everybody else.
The gloves are off.
Yes. and I can't tell my son or daughter who's sitting there telling me that a crossbreed between a lion and a tiger and a cheetah and a puma would allow it to jump over skyscrapers. And I can't sit there and be like, "You're stupid."
Yeah,
I can't say that to a kid.
no,
crush them.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it'll crush them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. Where'd you learn that? National Geographic's awesome. We'll watch it later. Yeah.
Yep.
You just gotta sit there and let them be kids. But then I go outside and someone's like, yeah, that allows that animal to jump over a skyscraper. I'll be like, yeah, you think the yellow paint chips taste like bananas, huh?
Exactly. Yes. I love it. So how's it all going with the pregnancy and all that stuff? Because I know we've talked about it before. Like, ladies, you guys go through something that I'll never understand. You're an emotional creature, and I have emotions, but like, not at that level. So.
No, not even. I mean, they say still waters run deep, but sometimes it's still just a puddle of water in the gutter.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I have my concerns with it. I mean, Ashley has an autoimmune disease, so she has high risk pregnancies. So there's always that health standard. I mean, both pregnancies beat her down once she had them. It was a hard turnaround, a little bit of a hard recovery process for her to bounce back, and then postpartum sets in.
Yeah.
That one's rough. For any of you guys going out there who have young children or even some older children, your wife may still have it.
Yeah.
It is a tough battle. It is an uphill battle. I am definitely afraid that's going to come back. My kids are 15 months apart. Both my kids are 15. My 2 that I have right now are 15 months apart, and now I have a 7-year gap between the next one.
Yes, but you sat. So let's pick this apart. We'll not pick this apart. Let's focus on this a little bit. Like you said, like the postpartum. So like if 15 months apart, you sat in postpartum for like what, 4 years? have to at that point,
About
you know?
three and a half
Yeah.
years. I sat with my wife many hard nights, many fights, many of those tough conversations that you don't know how to approach. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
Where you're
dude.
like, no matter how I try to explain to you how this is affecting me, how this is affecting our children, how you can sit there one day and that's the mother of my children. That's my wife. She's happy. She's smiling. She's interacting to the next day.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
are
yeah.
you? Who
Fully
are
shut
you?
down. Yeah.
Yeah, fully shut down. And you just feel isolated. Isolation is what kills it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know who to talk to. I mean, you could talk to a couple of your buddies, but unless someone's been through it, they're like, "Oh, dude, that's rough." You know,
Yeah.
like, like, what are you gonna say? I mean, like, luckily, me and you, we've had these conversations.
Oh, yeah.
We've we've talked. We've had those conversations where someone comes around the corner and they're like, "Whoa, what are you two talking about?" And you're like, "Go away."
Yeah, go.
Yeah. Yeah. Go find me the board stretcher.
Yes.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
Yeah. But no, for
And
serious though, like these are things that like every dude who has children has gone through.
a
Oh, I
lot of
can
people
say a
don't
great
even know they've gone
majority.
through it.
Exactly. And you don't even know, but oh dude, like if we could be there for our wives in a better way, like
It's so hard. It really is because you try to get ahead of the laundry for her, lighten up her load, come home and take the kid. But sometimes it's just something as simple as like, hey, I'm home. You need to be present. I mean, most of us grew up with our dads probably coming home and cracking a beer, watching TV, reading a book, or reading the newspaper, and you had a little bit of social interaction with your old man, and he maybe showed up to a game here and there, maybe he showed up to all your games, but I mean,
that's not everybody's story, dude.
it's
Trust me.
not everybody's story, you know. A lot of dads are just there, and a lot of people still see themselves as you just need to provide. Nah, dude, it's a whole lot more. You need to come home. You need to pick that kid up to change that diaper. Something as simple as letting her have a hot meal in silence and then a shower. Dude,
Yeah.
that'll turn their day around real quick.
Yeah. Dude,
And
I try and do that. Baby's always like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "No,
oh
dude,
well,
it's bad
yeah,
time." And she's all, "Yeah."
that'll change. They go through that stage. One minute they're all about mom, one minute they're all about dad, and then the next minute they have their favorite. And then when you're not their favorite, they want to speak to your supervisor,
Yeah.
aka I want mom.
Yep.
uh,
Dude.
and it's a fog that they need to come out of. And I mean, like I said, you feel isolated
Yeah.
because
I bet they do
you
too,
come.
dude.
I know they do. I know they do. It's like eh, I got through it by going through the church. We found
Yeah.
a group through the church, and there was a group of like 5 or 6 men who their wives all got together.
Yeah.
And there was more women, of course, than there were men, but there was about 5 or 6 men, and we all got together. And it was honestly like uplifting to know that there was other people who were just fighting that same uphill battle. I remember coming home and just my face upsetting my wife.
Yeah, dude, right. So, okay,
Right.
two things. First off, stop shuffling your feet, you little ADD squirrel. Second off, because
Yes.
I can hear that.
Oh,
Second, or whatever it is, it's your mic's cutting in.
dude,
And
I
it's
can't fucking sit still, bro.
there,
Dancing.
right there.
There we
Don't move.
go.
Just kidding. Second off, dude, my wife one day, it's so funny. This is when I knew that we were in the thick of it, or we were starting it, and I was like, and I kind of was lost. And I know I told you about this. I came home, and she was like, I was saying something. She's all, God, the sound of your freaking voice. I can't stand the sound of your voice. I don't even like the way you're saying what you're saying right now. I was like, okay, I just want to talk. So I go to eat, and she's all, could you chew any louder? You're chewing.
Right.
You cannot chew. Just don't chew in the room. Don't chew in the room. Like, you know, my house, dude, the kitchen is attached to the dining room and a living room. It's all one big room. So, okay, so I can't eat and I can't speak. And then, so I sit down to like, oh my God, fine, I'll just sit down, watch some TV, chill out, try and be, you know, sit near her to like be comforting or whatever, you know?
just one finger from across the couch, just
Yeah,
touching her thigh. Like, are you still mad at me?
Bro, no, I wanted like a 6-foot stick at this point to just be like, don't hurt me, you know, like put a piece of bacon on the end, like, are you hungry? You know. So anyways,
Put a fucking cookie over there.
So no, see, and I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to watch TV. She's all, you're breathing. Could you breathe any louder? Oh my gosh. Da, da, da. Like I was like, so I was like, hang on. Like, I want to be here for you. I want to support you and stuff, but I can't speak. I can't eat, and I'm not allowed to breathe in my own house.
Yeah.
There's a problem here. And she was just like,
But
yeah, the problem's you. Like there was no like, and I could tell when I was talking to my wife and the way she was coming
short
across,
end of the stick, just fucking getting it.
But the way she was coming across, I could tell that wasn't her. And like, I don't know, like, okay, so I used to party a lot and I used to do a lot of fun drugs. And there were certain drugs.
I just like the way cocaine smells.
Yeah, the only way it smells. Yeah. But no, so there's times in my life where I have literally been like, have you ever seen Men in Black?
Yeah.
The first one where the guy like dies, quote unquote, and they open it up and there's like a little alien inside with remote controls or whatever controlling the whole thing, right? So that's what I've felt like. Like I've been inside, but I've not been in control. And like I've been able to witness and see all the dumb stuff that I was doing and the words that were coming out of my mouth, and I couldn't stop myself. And so I like imagined that because the way she's coming across, like this isn't my wife. Like this isn't she. There's something going on. She doesn't want to talk about it. And if she does want to talk about it, she's not in a capable place to explain it. So I feel like she was in a situation like that where she was just inside, you know, this machine, and the machine was just running because she was just on full, like, I don't know, rage mode or what it was. But dude, so I said, hey, it's all good. You know, I'll just take a shower. I'll be in the garage. If you need me or you want me to do anything, like, don't hesitate to ask. And I made sure on the way out the door that like the sink was clean and like, you know, stuff.
Yeah. Give me that little peck on the forehead. The I love
you.
No.
Nope. It was just I love you. And I'm here for you. But right now, like, I don't. You know, it would be pushing it to go over there and try and give her a kiss on the forehead. I didn't want to get my lips bit off. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, and that's hard. That's hard. You got to swallow your pride and know that it's not personal. You know.
Yeah.
And
you know, I want a man up and be like, hey, you need to chill.
Yeah. Hey, sit down. You don't puff up your chest when you talk to me. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Take the bass out of the voice. You're 5 foot nothing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. 5 foot nothing, it'll gnaw your ankles off.
I know, dude. Straight out like a rabid coyote, dude. So no, yeah. So I just kind of let her go, and like, you know, we talked a little bit later, and she was just like, "Yo, I'm just not in a good place right now." I'm like, I can tell.
Yeah, and it's so. Most of the time, you can't do anything until they come upon the realization themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, is trying to get them to get there, working your way through it, swallowing your pride, and being a supportive, like, significant other, even though you're ready to throw in the towel, because it's just like you are something else right now. But I mean, like, you should have a baby and have your hormones go all out of whack and see what happens.
Hell no, bro. I'm conflict oriented like a motherfucker. Like I want, I'm down. I like 10 toes. Let's go. I'm hip with the get down. Like you and me grew up very similar in very different ways.
Yes.
So when it comes to like conflict or somebody's got something to say, like, it is no problem. Say it to my face. I will do the same to you. It is not a problem. If we got a problem, we can handle it right here and move the fuck on, you know? So
and if your feelings get hurt, find some new ones.
You know, so if, you know, worst comes to where, whatever, if I had to like shit out a human and my hormones got all whacked, dude, I'd probably be some sort of violent maniac running down the freeway, dick naked, throwing dildos at people's
Right.
windows, trying to assassinate the president. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably shouldn't say that because we'll probably get flagged or whatever for
Yeah.
whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I think he might be able to dodge dildos.
yeah. But but you know what I'm saying? You can dodge a bullet, you can dodge a dildo. So just the Matrix, just rubber dongs flapping by,
dicks flying everywhere.
I'm gonna make a video later. I'll send it to you. But yeah, no, like I'm gonna make a video. You're gonna love it. So
just the weirder fingers.
But I would just be out of my mind, you know. So I don't.
Yeah.
Kudos to the women who do this, because, you know, as crappy of support, or as crappy of as a way you feel, like, I may not.
It's not personal.
I may not be the best partner to help you, but I do my damnedest to try. You know,
Right?
You know what we should do, and I know we've toyed with the idea a few times. I'm gonna get a hold of somebody who does postpartum, and I think you and me should go on there as the dummy husbands, and we should get re-educated. You know,
we should.
Educated.
I'll gladly take a refresher course, dude, because that is a God-given fear that I have right now. Like, I mean, I remember when my younger brother came along. There's a 6-year difference between us, and I resented him. You know, I'll admit that shit. I mean, not anymore. I love my little brother, but
kids,
I mean, I'm worried about that with the kids. You know.
Oh yeah.
Especially another little girl. I mean, let's face it, my daughter and my wife don't see eye to eye all the time, and that is a constant battle. My daughter doesn't see eye to eye with anybody.
Your little girl is about as feral as they come, and she's my spirit animal. I love
gypsy. Dude, she is a gypsy and a witch, bro.
It's so rad. No offense, Owen. You're a great kid, and I like you too. But, you know, Katie, you're my spirit.
Owen likes turtles.
Oh, shit.
It's true. I have one that is just absolutely all about science and nature. He is obsessed with reptiles and amphibians. I fully support it. He is all about catching them, studying them, watches countless hours of nature documentaries. And then I got one that'll just, come with the gloves on, because she'll tear you up.
I watched her take a Hobie H-rail to the face. Like, when that kayak flipped, she got cracked right in the dome, and she was like bummed about it for a second, and then she was like climbing all over the boat worse than you are. She was, I'm gonna pedal. Awesome.
My favorite is when she calls out strangers that approach her in the grocery store, like the little old ladies. They're like, "Oh, sweetie, you're so cute. Look at you." She goes, "Who the hell are you? Go away."
I love it. Yes, dude. Oh,
it ain't no stranger danger. It's everyone in this aisle's gonna know that you're being weird and talking to a child.
Oh, you have a voice, man, I swear.
That's gonna be our future fishing buddy.
Yeah, she is, dude.
Yeah,
she's about it.
You know? All about those blue Goliath.
Avery's already down. My daughter, everyone's name is Avery, and she's down, dude. Like, anytime we go for a walk, she wants to go look at the fishies, because every time we go for a walk, you know, when the creek is open, I'll go catch them. Let her touch them and hold them. Ever since she was like the littlest baby, so now I can't get on away with a walk, like whether she's in the stroller or walking on her feet, without having to pull a fish out of the creek. And so now it's now it's illegal. I have to be like, no, we're trying to avoid walking by the creek. I'm like, no, we're gonna go. We can play on this. Like, hey, fishies. Like she wants to play with them. She thinks they're super cool. So I think we're gonna have a couple fishing buddies, but Katie's definitely gonna be the leader of the pack in no time. She's too bad you sold the Pelican. But knowing Katie, she's probably gonna bully everybody into just giving her their kayak. So you're gonna be
yeah, I know. No, by that point in time, that's when I'll upgrade to, I don't know, the long chode of the XTR or whatever it is.
Dude, explain that, because I have not put that video out, but
right, it's the XTR, right?
Yeah, it's the XTR 130 by Bonafide. Yeah.
So me and Dave calls me up and he tells me that Kayak City, I'm working right down the street from it, and he's like, hey, the new XTR showed up. You need to leave work like now. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, he calls me all the time. You need to leave work now. Dude, it is 10 o'clock. I cannot just skip out of here.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's all, poop your pants. Let's go. Come on. So anyways, he calls me up and he's like, come check out the new XTR. Yeah. And so we're sitting there doing the whole video. I'm playing in the kayak like a little kid and spinning around in the chair, because you can do that in this thing. And, if you have a spinny chair, why not spin it?
Right.
And we're sitting there, and he holds the iPad up and shoots a video, and I can see it through the iPad of the camera of the iPad. The mother thing looks like a fucking dick. The whole shape, it's got the fucking mushroom head and everything.
Well, what did you name it? The USS Clam
we what they call it, Troy came up with the name. I called it the Clam Slammer. Troy called it the Richard's Rubbin or something like that. We could call it the Richard Fitzwell. It goes by Dick for short.
Yeah, well, I would say that'd be a good boat to get, because then you and me can hop on the XTR and the kids can go play in the other boats, and Katie will be
I'll probably just, but who knows what's going to be out by that point, dude. They're going to have aluminum rolled kayaks or something. I don't know.
Well, dude, I'm telling you that
Slayer
LTE is no joke. Have you even seen that yet, bro? Have you even been by? We need to link up.
I haven't been over there in a minute.
The LTE.
I should have gone today. They cut us at 8 today because we gave up Veterans Day, so we had to work.
Shout out to all the veterans, by the way. Thank you for your service.
Shout out. Thank you for your service. Yeah, I actually kind of created a mutiny to get out at 8 hours today.
Of course you did. Oh, people fought for our country today. We shouldn't be here.
Exactly. That was everybody that walked by me today. It was this is bullshit. Why are we here today?
All right, dude. We're gonna start closing this up, because I have a feeling. Well, I don't have a feeling. I'm running the show, so Andy will be popping in a lot more. It won't necessarily be a regular occurrence, but it will be some fun times always. We will definitely have more stories and definitely have more fun times. But Andy, I'm just going to get these out of the way now, so that the next few times you come on, like, we can just do whatever we want. But I do have a few questions for you. I kind of do it at the end of every show to just kind of, just because it's fun and I like it, and I have questions about people and I want to know the answers to. So I actually added a few more the other day just because I've been thinking.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's be the guinea pig.
You are my guinea pig.
Gerbil.
All right. So spend a day with anyone who, and I'm not talking about like spend a day fishing or spend a day hunting. Like, you could pick the scenario and pick the person. If you could have a favorite day, I'm talking George Washington paddling across the, whatever, or, catching a movie with Lincoln. Like which it is.
Yeah, let's catch a show with Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's the second assassination we talked about.
But yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, if I'm gonna go fishing with anyone, I want to go fishing with Jeremy Wade. That's a given.
Yeah,
dude.
Yep.
All day. Me and Owen in River Monsters. Yes.
Yep.
But realistically, it would be my real grandfather, my mom's dad. He was the one that used to sneak me out when I was little and pick me up from school when I was in kindergarten and take me out on the boat and go fishing. Unfortunately, I lost him when I was at a young age. I was 7 when we lost him. Yeah. And then my grandma met my other grandpa. That was the man who I grew up with as my actual grandpa. But he was the one that would always go fishing. He loved fishing. He never brought any fish home. He was always catching releases. It's just what my grandmother would tell me. And she sees pictures of me fishing with the kids, and then she just starts telling me all these stories. So if I got to spend a day with anyone, it'd be with him, just to actually get to know that man. So
yeah, dude, that's awesome. It's probably just like you. He's probably super cool with his family, and then just a total terror to society outside.
He was. He ferried at the Golden Gate tracks, and he ran a legal booking out of his brother's barber shop.
That's awesome. Yes.
To make ends meet.
Yes, that's awesome.
So grandma could work at the church.
Can he get me a job? Business, because I could use some.
Yes. Seriously.
Okay, so grandfather. All right.
Yeah.
Biggest fear right now.
Biggest fear right now is something happening to my wife through this pregnancy. It hasn't been good. Her first trimester, she was in and out of the hospital with IV bags and freaking getting culture bags because she couldn't keep anything down. No fluids, no food, no nothing. Baby's still good. We just saw it the other day. Yeah. But right now it's just her taking that bad turn because our second kid really put a number on.
Yeah.
So right now that's my fear. And then like that we were talking earlier with the postpartum, like that's a struggle I'm not ready to fight right now. Yeah. I am not ready to fight that if it comes back.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. That's fucking perfect. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm similar boat and wife, we've talked about it. My wife wants another one, trying to figure that all out. And
this is how you get your motor.
Dude, you're a genius. What are you talking about? That's amazing. I didn't even think about that. Oh, I'm telling other people to take this advice, and I'm like, oh. Dude, I'm gonna snuggy buddy you, baby. All right. Have you ever been broke because of fishing? Like,
no, because I'm way too stingy to be broke.
I know. I'm just asking it. I knew the answer. I know. Yeah, because you're a good person. All right. What's your biggest struggle right now, dude? What's your biggest struggle? Which is kind of different than your most recent fear. And if I can explain a little bit, like my struggle lately has been like my temper. Like I've been losing it lately. Mm-hmm. And I could blame it on tired. I could blame it on work. I could blame it on I'm reacting instead of responding. Like I could blame it on a bunch of different things, but really like my biggest struggle right now is like getting my temper under control. I have no idea why it's there. Stuff I'm looking into, and it's just there. It's ugly right now.
It's hard, dude. It's hard.
So that's
my temper went away when I stopped drinking.
Yeah, well,
you've been off that wagon for a while.
But what's yours? What's your biggest struggle, dude?
Right now, it's being present. I have been disconnected probably since a little bit before Halloween. You know, the social media holes, fucking.
Mhm.
One thing leads to another. I'll start looking at something on the internet. Next thing I know, I'm completely down, freaking looking at. It's not even tackle. I don't know. Like lately, I've been going back and looking at that Guardian system, the
Oh,
Light Guardian
the
system.
Guardian
Yeah,
lights.
dude.
Yep.
I keep going back and looking at those. And next thing I know, I'm staring at the same page for 45 minutes. My wife's like, "Can you help me with this?" And I'm like, "Huh? What are you doing? Huh?"
$125 for a flashlight. What's up? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and just I get lost in my own head all the time, and that's one thing that helps me be a good carpenter is you muted yourself. Um, that's what it could. Yeah, it helps me with being a carpenter because I can just get lost in my head and be completely focused on what I'm doing, right? And I could do that at work, which allows me to tune out everybody else and tune out the hum of everything else. Plus, you know, now with our new safety hats, safety helmets,
Yeah. Yep.
our new our new safety helmets.
The Lego helmets.
The Lego helmets, yes. I got those earmuffs now, so now I just put those on so people don't even talk to me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And I just find myself doing that at home too, just completely tuning everything out and just listening to the whole ringing of my tinnitus in my ear, just the hum, and that's all I'm focused on. Not focusing right. You know, I've been checked out. I'll admit that. These long work weeks have definitely had me checked out for a while.
Yeah, dude, I guess you're slaving right now. So
Mhm.
that link I sent you is probably not going to help. So you probably shouldn't look at it yet because it's a whole nother rabbit hole.
I'll do that on company time.
Yeah, there you go, my man. So, okay, major life accomplishment, like a life hammer, dude. What's the life hammer? What's your
I
major
hope no one that I work with will fucking watch this.
Even if they do, like, what are they gonna say? I heard you on a podcast. No, that wasn't me. That was Wiggy Fingers.
You said you watched Bass University on company time. But have you caught me?
Yeah. Yeah. So life hammer, dude. Major life accomplishment. Let's go. Something that you can beat your chest and be like, I did that.
Just my sobriety. I mean, I may be Cali sober. I still smoke my crutch, but I had that getting off the booze. That was my big one. I had a bad drinking problem. I'll fully admit that and wear that proudly. And it wasn't so much. It was hiding it.
Yeah.
The drinking and driving on the way home from work, hiding what I was actually intaking compared to what my wife actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just getting sober, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. I can beat your chest all day.
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget to rip that fish whistle because you're really fun to fish.
No,
with.
I got to. I have to. Otherwise, come on. Come on. If I don't, I'll find myself just traveling over a hill somewhere, chasing a rabbit or a squirrel, because I got a wild hair up my ass.
Definitely. All right. Biggest mental or emotional block for you?
Oh hell, I don't know.
It's a hard one because it's kind of
That is a hard one.
Zach would say I painted with a wide brush. So
yeah, you painted with a wide brush. You fucking hit that shit with a roller.
So okay. So
wait, can I call a lifeline? honey.
So for me, it's my hyper focusing. Like for like a mental block for me, it's like my hyper focusing. Like I can't see exactly what's going on around me because I'm so hyper focused on this one thing. Because if I don't hyper focus, everything around me gets crazy. Like everything's too much, so I hyper focus on it, but it blocks me from whether I'm disgusted by the forest because the ugliness of some of its trees. Does that make sense? I can't see the whole forest because I'm so focused on a broken tree, right?
Gotcha.
Or like an emotional block for me would be my pride. Like 1000% my pride. Like I will shut down and have zero vulnerability, be able to be of zero emotional support to my children, to my wife, to my friends, to everyone if my pride gets in the way, dude. And I start being like, I'm not a pussy. I'm not going to talk about this, or I'm not, I don't need to hear this, that, and the other. Like my pride will get, my ego will get in my way, and I will not be able to be of emotional support to anyone I love. And they won't even feel like I love them at that point. So those would be blocks in the only reason I'm saying it, I'm using myself because I don't have a better description, but my own experience.
No, I get what you're saying. Emotional block. Well, the difference of raising my daughter to my son.
All right.
That one is proving hard for me right now. Because I cannot talk to my daughter, talk to my son. They do not respond in the same way. And it's hard to discipline yourself out of your child. And she is just as, she will dig her heels in just like me. And she'll argue with you that the sky is purple when it's blue. Just to watch the world burn. And parenting that and not letting the better or the worst nature of myself take over and just lose my shit on my daughter because I know it is just me arguing with myself.
Yep. I do the same thing with my son, dude. Oh my god.
That's the struggle I'm facing right now because she's at that age where she wants to be in the adult conversations. She wants to be a big girl. She wants to be in your business. She wants to help out. And by all means, you gotta let them, fall when they can. But sometimes you're just like, dude, piss off for 15 minutes. Daddy needs a break. I can't even get a sentence in my own brain right now because you have not stopped talking since I've walked through that door. And I know they're just excited to see me. I've been gone for 12 hours. I've been gone for 14 hours. They're excited to see me, but it's that would be an emotional like constipation that I have right now is because like I said, I've been disengaged. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So the emotional constipation of me trying to turn back on being dad, it's been a struggle bus.
Okay, dude. 1,000.
Yeah, especially because I just want to go fishing. I've been sitting here staring at my kayak in the garage since we took it out in the fucking tournament, and I'm just like, Jesus, come on.
In the garage and work on a little rub and tug.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last couple questions aren't really like you've answered them, so I'm not going to sit there and go over them. But let's talk about health real quick, dude. What do you do for health? Hydration, diet, mental clarity, like for all three, like what do you do individually?
Health, I just try to stay away from the process, the fast food and all that stuff. Plus, I mean, fast food lately, I don't know what it is. It's all taste, which I feel sick to my stomach every time I eat it now.
Yeah.
And I used to love Jack in the Box tacos, man. I would tear those up.
Yep.
Even though they're soy, but
yeah,
freaking rabbit food. And we've been I sent you that link for that butcher.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Yeah,
showed it to
you,
my
you
wife
should,
today. Yeah.
should jump on that because like we've definitely been keeping up on like where our meats come from and stuff like that because my wife started to climb underneath my tinfoil hat's getting a little bit bigger with her. Um, and I don't drink the energy drinks anymore. I got rid of those. I just my coffee. Try to stay away from the sodas. Water. I love my coconut water.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah, you
love
do.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
you do,
Ooh.
dude. And I love it when you bring it because I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of this. This is delicious.
Oh, and it's so perfect sitting there with that shitty ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's been smushed at the bottom of your cooler for fishing for 10 hours.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, if it were for this coconut water right now, I would be dying. Because that's the first thing we've drinking since we've gone out.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, I remember like the first tournament you and me did, and you handed me a coconut water, and I felt like my whole body like relaxed. I was like, oh, dude.
Yes, so good. Dad and I try not to be a fatty at work. I take the stairs. I try not to ride the lift all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, keep the little cardio up. Try to stay young with the kids. Go out for the bike rides. Wrestle, walk the damn dogs. Because I hate walking those dogs. But and people look at you when you don't pick up the poo.
You don't pick up your poop, and you live in California. How dare you?
I know, right? No, it's just adding to Newsom's map. No, I just I know when I sit down, that's when I relax.
Yeah.
And then my body starts to hurt. All those old injuries coming back. So if I say moving, I'm good.
Yeah. Hell yeah, baby.
Object in motion stays in motion, dude.
Yep. My man. So mental clarity. What do you do for your mental clarity?
Ooh, fishing, and then me and my wife, we will try to once a week, once we put the kids to bed, we will get on the YouTube and we will do a paint night with each other. And that shit is fun as hell, dude. I am by any means not an artist, but I painted the hell out of a mushroom the other day.
I bet you did.
It wasn't on them. Not this time around, but
that's awesome.
But yeah, we did like this. We did like this little like midnight moon scene, and it had like mushrooms and some ferns, and mine looked like a bunch of wieners, but it was fun. It was a little time. Me and the wife, mental clarity, reconnect, and you feel better.
Yeah.
Just doing something different, something little. I mean, what? I went and spent, $60 for paint and like 12 canvases and stuff at Joann's and found them all on the sale rack. And I was like, hell yeah, brushes. Here we go.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm going to paint, but I'm going to paint it.
Paint the shit out of it. Oh, well, dude. Andy, dude, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for doing this with me. It was just fun to like just bro down and be boys.
I know. I know.
I am going to be looking into that specialist, so we will.
Let's do it.
That person on, and you and me will be dumb people getting educated in front of however many people feel like watching.
It's all right. Two dummies and a smart guy.
Yeah, I just
or
feel
gal.
like, yeah, like you and me have talked about it a lot, and like I feel like we're not the only ones that go through this, and I think a lot of people don't. They just kind of go through it.
They don't realize that they're going through it.
Yeah, or they go through it how they go through it. Like everybody has their way of living through conflict or living through whatever situation arises, and they do that out of their own comfortability, and it may not be the most beneficial to their partner. So like if I have the format to be able to help some people to be helpful or to be better for their partner, including myself, because I'm super guilty of not being the best partner.
Oh, straight up, dude. I'm surprised I'm still married, dude.
Dude, same, right? I don't even know how this works.
I'm surprised she's been married to me I'm coming up on 10 years soon.
Dude.
Yeah.
What date? What month?
Oh, in May.
So we're gonna leave for a giant fishing trip in May. Is that what you're saying? Hey, babe, we've been together 10 years. I'll see you in June.
I'm going out with my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah,
as you call him.
Your boyfriend's calling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have my phone on silent today. I normally have my phone on silent. It wasn't on silent. I was hanging a shelf at my wife's friend's house today, and my wife was there. You know, they got a baby about the same age, so the little girls, they just play. And so my phone rings. I'm like, oh crap, and I like turn it off, and they're like, what was that ringtone? I'm like, well, that ringtone's only for two people. One is my wife, one is Kelly, and the other one's Andy. They all look at me like, what the hell? It's wife, work, wife. It works out better.
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. It stays in the same category. All right.
I know. When she sees my phone come off, it's your little picture that shows up of you holding the fish. She goes, "Your boyfriend's calling you. You guys are gonna do weird stuff over the phone again, aren't you? Like, do I need to leave the room?" I'm like, "Shut up. You're just jealous of our love."
Yeah. Don't appreciate.
Yeah, no, Nate, you just hate us because you ain't us.
The hater cut the anus.
You can't do accents. We're gonna get.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna get in trouble.
That's what got us in trouble last time.
But it was on the movie. All right, dude. All right, tell everybody where they can find you, man. Let's run.
Like I said, under a rock.
That's true. He might be taking a break from social media right now. If you want to get a hold of Andy or be friend to Andy, let me know. Hit at me. I'll get
you can find me in the commentary in the back of David's videos where you are just like, wait, what was that just said? Did I think I hear what I just heard?
Yes.
If he ever gets to releasing some of those videos, there's
some I cannot release.
Shenanigans afoot.
Yes. When Andy and I get together, it's nothing short of what would you call that? Verbal mayhem.
Yes, it is verbal assault on everyone who listens to it.
Yeah. If you're within earshot, which is not hard with Andy, you will be assaulted. Your ears will be plowed by
yes. I've made whole families turn their kayaks around and leave the cove.
This is true. We're gonna talk about this next time. Until then, Andy, thank you so much, dude. Love you, bro.
All right, buddy.
We'll catch you on the flip side, and we are out of here.
Out of here.
What's up, everybody? Walmart. We're back, baby, again.
Not a bad fish right there, guys.
Oh, no. Out here catching Folsom bass right now, dude. Woo, he's a little chunker.